Was it your intent that a rapist who had drugged his victim should be eligible for parole?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a heated Senate exchange that has stirred up quite a bit of controversy. Senator Ted Cruz recently grilled Honorable Gabriel Sanchez, a Biden Judicial Nominee, about his involvement with Proposition 57. This proposition, which was supposed to reduce California's prison population, is now under the spotlight for potentially impacting violent criminals. Senator Cruz has raised some serious concerns, questioning whether this law inadvertently allowed violent criminals like rapists and human sex traffickers to become eligible for parole. Stick around as we break down the intense back and forth and what it means for criminal justice reform. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Judge Sanchez, you played an instrumental role in drafting and implementing Proposition 57. You were an advisor to Governor Brown. You were an author of the bill, and you helped craft and coordinate messaging in favor of the measure. Opponents of Proposition 57 at the time warned that you and other authors were not telling the truth. Were not being candid about the effect of that proposition. They said it would apply to violent criminals, such as rapists when their victim is drugged, to human sex traffickers, to those who committed hate crimes, and to others whom the average person would not consider nonviolent. At the time of the drafting, was your intent to make those individuals eligible for parole? Let's take rapists when their victim is drugged. Was it your intent that a rapist who had drugged his victim should be eligible for parole?
Well, let me start by saying, Senator, I worked for Governor Brown as a staff member, and so I worked to effectuate his policy goals.
So did you disagree with him on Proposition 57?
No,
Okay, well then let me ask you again. You played a leading role in this. If you want to disagree with it and say, hey, the governor was wrong and I was following orders, that's one thing. But if you're not going to say that, then I'm going to return to my question. Was it your intent? And let's take the first example I gave. Rapists who drugged their victims. Was it your intent that that rapist should be eligible for parole?
Governor Brown's intent was in complying with a federal court order.
Let me focus on your intent because you're the one nominated for a lifetime appointment to the Court of Appeals.
My intent was in serving the governor's policy, vision, and goals. And the overall purpose of the law was to respond to a federal court order that had been affirmed by the U.S. Supreme Court.
Okay, so let me try it again. Let's ask a different question. How about human sex traffickers? Was it your intention, as one of the leading drafters, that human sex traffickers should be eligible for parole?
The intent of the law was to provide parole consideration for nonviolent offenders as defined by existing California Penal Code.
Do you dispute that human sex traffickers would be eligible for parole under it?
If whatever crime was defined as nonviolent under the California Penal Code...
Would human sex traffickers qualify, yes or no?
I believe sex trafficking... Well, I would reference the California Penal Code to determine whether that was a violent or a nonviolent category of crime.
All right, how about those who have committed hate crimes?
As I sit here today, I'm not aware in which side hate crimes fall under. There can be circumstances
So you
where...
didn't spend a lot of time focused on that question?
No, what I would say is that with any of these categories, I would follow California, or what we did was follow California Penal Code as to define who was a violent or nonviolent offender.
So, what did we learn from this heated exchange? It seems like there's still a lot of debate over the true impact of Proposition 57 and whether it was crafted with the right intentions. Whether or not Sanchez knew the full extent of how the proposition would affect violent offenders, the discussion underscores the complexities of criminal justice reform. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on similar topics, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.